Your top tower is under attack.
Alright, that's about as well as it can go. I need my Dispel talent really badly, though.
Your top tower is under attack.
Haste.
Really not a stopwatch. Shit don't have a stop.
Mine. Your top tower is under attack.
The extra duration on the alt. The alt's like somewhat the best part of this hero later on. Depends. Normally I pick it for the alt, so like the alt goes through status resistance.
Результат роли, ребят. Go драться.
So against SNY on Troll, against Ursa, Enrage, Bulldoze.
Вот парни, вот он нахуй.
I tried so hard. Try so hard. Come and rescue me, but until then, right here in the sleep is slow, but until then.
Enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
See, it's me with the complications that I'm praying back. Let's see. Is there a wave coming? Yeah. Many collisions by putting shit up to later.
Battle
Do we
rounds,
have
please.
any arcane boots? Would you help me to stop this pain I keep inflicting on my family?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ooh, little Gossamer Cape, huh?
Depends, Marco.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I see things won't change. Keep pulling me back, man. Swerve on him! Nah, not happening. Mid, I like don't get Soul Ring unless the game is really slow. Like really, really slow.
Push it up, ребят.
I need TP for the top wave.
Your top tower is under attack.
Нет ульта.
Back.
Hoping one day come and rescue me, but until then.
Enter умер. А можно Рошана убить? Так загадать.
He died to Tormentor, I guess.
Кого Торментора? Прямо вдвоем.
Okay.
Можем. Мы можем и подраться, парни.
Easy breezy.
Give me self on Dark Willow and go fight bottom. Go, ребят.
Много будет опары надо первый.
A perfect example of why, like, this hero just fucks
В
Ursa.
центре здесь. В центре.
Sometimes.
Хорош. У вас важно, да.
Nourish.
The enemy's bottom tower
Smokey jest na
has
Swaine,
fallen.
słyszysz?
Żona nie.
I didn't know that would work like that. I just guessed. You can countercharge with charge. Okay. Bro, we just had a fucking nuts off. Turns out my nuts are bigger. Certified.
Your top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Your top tower is under attack. The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Oh shit, I'm not there.
The enemy's
Можем
middle
подавайте?
tower
Мана нет еще драться.
We should be ready for
Отлично.
this.
tower is under
I'm
attack.
TPing bot. His blink. Go, quick.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Пора проблегу на чарж топ, конфетов.
I'm gonna finish my eggs and then go to base. I'm gonna be a little slow.
Radiant
Was he
structures.
charging someone else? Nah.
Your top tower.
He was
is under
charging
attack.
me and I went right the fuck into him. Nuts first.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Gotta hurt.
Shard is okay when you get it for free. You can chain stun really long. I always forget to do this in team fights, but I'll show it in demo lobby after. This game's pretty much over.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, I don't know. The Troll Warlord was like annoying for my hero for sure, but does it like matter later on for me? I don't know.
The enemy's middle barracks has fallen.
Maybe if I like, especially if I don't die in lane, does it like matter? Who's Troll good against on our team besides my hero? That's the problem.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's just hard to buy shards in general. Whoa, where the fuck did he go? That's a ghost high five. This guy even bought an axe. He just doesn't know how my ult works. There's no other reason. Maybe he was gonna use his ult to get out of my ult, but I would never ult first? I don't get it. The shattering what? Yeah, I'll show the rock demo thing. We got 40 points for that? I don't believe it. The troll, like, okay, we'll do two things that I can show the chat, because this is like actually really useful for noobs. Okay, especially the second thing. The first thing will be primal before I like forget about it. That was not 40, unless they doubled. Let's see. Okay, so this is one of the only interactions in Dota where you need to use the S key on primal. Okay, yeah, or not the S key, the shift key. Okay, so I'm gonna make a Lars. Okay, this is gonna be easier to show if I had a second human playing Mars to try and BKB my combo. But just like pretend he's trying to BKB, it 100% he can't BKB, okay? There's no way. There's nothing he can do. I promise you. You ult, Q, S in the shift Q, and then throw a rock. Okay? So you're gonna have to throw the rock yourself. That's the only catch. Because I don't think you can shift the rock, but I'll try. So alt, Q, S. I'll try to shift Q the rock, but yeah, it breaks it. So alt, QS, and then just have your rock throw ready. It'll chain stun them, and they can't BKB. So that's the only thing the rock is useful for. You get the instant charge after the pulverize that way. You can wait like a fraction of a microsecond to throw the rock, but don't let them BKB. That's like noob as fuck, and they might have SNY or something. Just throw it right away. Rock setup charge for a chain. I think it's just kind of noob to throw this unless you're like trying to stay far away. I would say it's better to chain it with your Q, because like, okay, I'm not like good at canceling this. It's pretty hard to do it without the combo, I guess. You can definitely do that. Yeah, you can definitely do that. It's easier when you have a blink and stuff like that, but SNY does have stat resistance. I know this is like the hardest thing in the world to understand, but here, I'll put the tooltip on the screen. You're not the only one who said that since the patch. They took it off the regular Sanj, so it's not on every Sanj sword thing. Only Sanj with Yasha. Yeah, they can react to the rock, but if they BKB your rock, then who cares? You know, like, just walk away. Again, the problem is this hero can be kind of mana limited, and spending 1,400 gold on the shard doesn't always feel good when you want to have, like, Blade Mail BKB Ags really fast, normally. You can maybe get it after. Usually you just get it for free at some point, so I just don't bother. But yeah, the most important thing, like, you don't even need... Do I go Bloodstone? Maybe in some games. I feel like Heart and stuff's probably better. The most important thing is you, like, have to shift Q a stop command if you want to chain stun them in your Pulverize. It's, like, really hard to do it otherwise. Like, if I shift the Q, they can BKB normally. Also... I usually press Q a second time because I'm retarded, like with a big fucking R. But you're supposed to cancel it with S, and you can cancel the charge early with S too. You can't with Q. So you're supposed to get in the habit of using S for this ability. It's true. Refresher with the rocks. Now we'll show it with Troll, I guess, because that's what I was laning against. Where's Lars?
Radiant structures are fortified.
I might not get this right the first time. Okay. I need a tank, actually. Ally.
Well, Muller's over. A time for blood!
Okay, I have a tank. So, this is the tower attack range. We all see this big circle, right? The big red one. That's not the same as the aggro range of the tower. So I can hit this Mars forever. It's around here where I'd aggro the tower. I think right here I'd be safe. So, like, it's basically... Like, I'm not perfect at this, but basically, like, if I pass this point, I'll for sure aggro the tower, I think. It's the same aggro range as creeps. There we go. So it's like this distance, roughly. That's why you want to usually aggro creeps really far back into your tower when it's pushing into you. That's the best tip I can give, like, for any lane, really, as well. All the towers have the same aggro range. Yeah, 500 radius, but that might as well be hieroglyphics for people. Like, I think visuals is more important. I don't even know what the attack range. Yeah. Any other questions? Like, maybe, hello, Mr. Streamer, you are so handsome. I have a big question for you. How win Dota 2? Is my name Ian? No, it's Danny. Will this be in the exam? There will be an exam. It will not be multiple choice. Who does my hair? Nobody. I just make sure, like, I'm as low maintenance as possible with my hair because I'm fucktarded. I just don't really care that much. But when it gets long enough to the point where, like, I've had short hair before where you don't really have to drip, like, you can just drip dry, but if your hair is like medium to shortish length, you should just always use a blow dryer, and that's all I really use. Towers are 700 range, so yeah, you have 200 range to fuck around with. How's my day been? My day's been okay. I went to dinner with my dad. Then I had a little nap before stream, so I'm really tired. But now I'm not tired, even though I am kind of like fatigued. My brain is awake, but my body is lagging. I'm sure that like is relatable. The break should be the same as Silver Edge, yeah. Blow dryer's bad? No, the blow dryer is good. If you let your hair drip dry, it's bad for it, I think. It's like bad to leave like wet, heavy hair or something. I don't know. I'm not a hair scientist. Janata probably knows more about hair than me. Blow dryer causes split ends. Cotton shirt, bro. You mean no, not a towel? Yeah, there's a cooldown as well. I feel like it's just so much easier because my hair gets stuck to use a blow dryer because then it like goes in the right places. My hair just gets stuck and looks like stupid otherwise when it's this long too. Again, I don't really care about my hair that much, but I've always had like very fine hair, so it doesn't like listening. I just don't want it in my eyes. Hair makes 85% of the men. What about bald men? They're just 15% men. What else did I miss? How's my day been? Oh yeah, I already did that. Isn't this medium hair? Yes, based. I feel like my hair's not long, is it? What length of hair would you say this is? I feel like it's like medium-ish. And it's like getting long. Short? This isn't short hair, is it? It's short like if you're a girl, right? Like if a girl had my hair length, it'd be short hair. But if you're a guy, this is like medium to long almost. Like long would be Jesus hair. Yeah. Long if compared to bald. Well, we'll never know. Were there any good games at the tournament? I really don't want to play too much Dota today because I usually lose all my games when I'm lagging IRL. But I've been winning, so I lost Sandman, won Ember, won Muerta, lost Tree. I won on all the hard heroes and lost on all the easy ones. What gives, actually? I was gonna get a Manscaped sponsorship before I went to Brazil, and now I feel priced into eventually getting one. And I want free stuff. Like, I'm mad. Like, give me the Nut Shaver 4000 or whatever they got. I'm mad. I will promote Manscaped in exchange for free Manscaped accessories. Oh, you mean for Puck? Okay, for Puck, I think pull, like, if you're trying to be 400 IQ and you have time to, like, push them out of the coil every now and then, you can do that. But pull pushes them to, like, pull, sorry, doesn't push them. Pull brings them into your orb for when you're orbing away. So, like, usually you want to blink in, silence, orb, phase shift, like, instantly out of the fight. And you'll pull, like, 2 more heroes into your orb every time. So it's just way better. I'm not shaving my balls on stream. Jesus. Coward, I'll get banned. Need a tutorial, bro. You should always hit legendary last stream too. All I know about shaving in general is if you're shaving really, really down to the skin, you should use some sort of cream or it's going to get really fucking itchy. And the itchy is so bad. Like, you need that fucking aloe vera. You need anything. Get shears, huh? Not razors. Like for sheep? The only time I've ever used shears is in RuneScape. Like, you're talking sheep shears. Bro, do you got woolly nuts? What's going on? Well, that's actually been a big problem for Jug Perturbed, but recently what made Jug slightly more playable, even though I think his win rate's still bad, at the end of your spin, you get dispelled. So I've seen Juggernauts get roared during spin and then just run away or ult afterwards. So usually you can ult anyway. But it depends. You can kind of do what you used to do, where you can spin and then ult a lot of the time. There's human shears? I don't believe you, bro. Okay, I'm about to do a free fucking... Let me Google Manscaped. Home of the Lawnmower 5.0. They need to... Okay. If anyone from Manscaped is watching, which they're probably not, feel free to sponsor me. Also hire me on your marketing team. Why is it the Lawnmower 5.0? Add like 4 zeros to that bitch. It needs to be the Lawnmower 5000. What are they doing over here? Why are they using such small... Weed Whacker 2.0? Bro, add some fucking zeros. These guys have never marketed in their life. That's not real. But yeah, I'm able to consult if they're interested. I want to hit 11k, but it doesn't feel 11k anymore. You know what I mean? It's rank 700 or whatever. You have to play so much Dota to catch up to the people just, like, shooting up to the fucking moon. Where does all this MMR come from? How many double downs do I have? And I killed like 20 of them out of like anger when it came out. Valve literally owes me like 30 double downs tokens or whatever. I don't know where they are. I don't know how to find them. I have 19 left. I should have 50. I haven't used like any of them. I doubled down 4 times in a row when they came out by accident because they put it over top of the prediction thing. Lost all of them, minus 80 every time, and just deleted all of them. So I'm owed like 300 MMR and 40 tokens. I don't believe for a second, by the way, that half the people above my rank didn't abuse double downs to like feed themselves MMR. Dota might be the only fucking game where you can get to top 100 on the leaderboard with a negative win rate, with under 50%. It might be the literal only fucking game in existence where you can lose more than you win and get higher ranked. It's insane to me that it works this way. Double downs are fun when you get like 3 a week. And if like somebody's cheating 3 times a week, like does a bear shit in the woods? Who the fuck cares? If someone's like emptying their credit card for infinite tokens and just like duo queuing with their friend for a week straight to hit their like new MMR milestone, lock them up. Where's the jail in here? Lock them up in here. This is where I want Sherlock to be. This is where I want fucking... God knows who's fucking doing it. Also, MMR should be seasonal, and there should be seasonal rewards. But the only reason they don't do that, by the way, is because they don't want to police it. Like, it's actually insane. I know Valve's game too well. There should be rewards for being high rank on the leaderboard, and like a season that like shows your finished placement and like get everyone to play the game again. New season of Dota, the MMR reset, new MMR, new me. The only reason they don't is because they know how many cheats are in the game and how people will abuse it to like get the rewards at the top and ruin matchmaking. And they don't want to deal with it. They just don't want to fix it. They don't want to deal with all, like, they let that motherfucker get rank 2 on the ladder, doubling down with bots. They don't want to do nothing. They just want to sit there, collect their goddamn cheese. They're just way too lazy to make the game more fun. It's insane. You can get like really high rank in another game if, like, let's say the ladder reset or whatever. It should take a month to get rank 1 if you're winning like all your games. It's probably going to take like the average player to get from 8k to 14k MMR like half a year, even if they're the best player in the world. I don't believe otherwise. Someone would have to prove me wrong. Like, someone would have to start a new account and like do it or whatever. Like, I just don't believe it. I think they could get to 10, 11, or 12k pretty quickly, but the last like 2k MMR would take them like 3 fucking months. I just don't believe it. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like entirely volume based. I've won like 70% of my last 200 games or something. I only went up 1,000 MMR. That's crazy. People with 51.2% win rates that are trading double downs went up more than me. That's all I'm saying. The new Luna set, where's it at? In the Treasure? Is Treasure 3 a thing? I don't remember Treasure 3. Oh, I did get Treasure 3, huh? Collector's Cachet. Apparently I got that one. Oh, here, I didn't get it. She's showing thighs, I guess. I don't know. I like the mount. She just has like lichen. Like, this is Luna and lichen. Oh, is this the new Coomer set? Is that why you wanted me to look at this? Y'all are all the wolf, like, just drooling. The mount is fire. Your name is Will Suck for Cash. There's a Reddit post, bro. I go on Reddit, but I barely go on Reddit for Dota, to be honest. Oh man, he's a robot. This is what I look like IRL off stream, by the way. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Like, I remember when the highest MMR in the world was like 9 or 10k. I was 1k MMR behind the highest rank. And I was like pretty high rank, like, to be fair. But like, now it's like an insane gap. And it's like it just got so much higher. Like, I'm almost 11k. I feel like 14k is so much like farther away than like going from 8 to 10k or 9 to 11k. I know it's like another 1,000 MMR, but I think I'm gonna get 11k pretty quickly if I like keep playing pretty well. I didn't play so well last stream, these games. 12k will be like a test and journey. I would have to like take drastic measures to get to 13 or 14k, I think. I like don't like play Like, I'd probably have to play off stream to get 13 or 14k and actually like focus. Like, I think like I know 14k is literally rank 1. But it's like an insane difference. Okay, do I play one more and then do the tier list, or do I do a tier list? You don't have to be locked in every minute for rank 1. You just have to buy double downs. Tier list? A Herald guy got to rank 2 with double downs and bots. I don't think NA... The thing about NA games is, like, my opinion after playing like 3 or 4 months of Europe server now, I think that it is much easier to 1v9 on NA because every game is like the rank 3000 Europe lobby. Like, I still get games that feel like NA games when I queue Europe. If I'm like rank 1000 and there's all rank 3000s in the lobby, it feels exactly like an NA game. There's just like 7 bots and 3 good players, and just whichever good player has a good start wins. I haven't seen an NA game with 10 high ranked players in it since like 2018. There's like, for example, what's the highest ranked game I played today? Maybe like, honestly, maybe this one. This lobby would never happen on NA. This wasn't even that high skill of a game, really. Like, there's some griefing and cheating or whatever. Lycan was, like, sniping wards or, like, had a hack on. I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's pinging every ward until I muted him. The NA games will teach you how to solo carry, but they won't teach you how to play like Dota, if that makes sense. Like, the way you win in NA is counter-picking your lane, getting a good start, and snowballing, and you can win that way on Europe, but you can also, like, there's way more comeback games, and the games are, like, tighter on Europe. The griefing doesn't matter too much on NA, honestly. It's, in theory, easier to rank up on NA. Like, I'm not, like, a mathematician or whatever, but, yeah, see, like, you get a lot of those games where, like, NA rank 2 versus rank 11 and everyone else is rank 800. Those games are, like, literally a 1v1 game of whoever owns the noobs the hardest. When people used to queue NA and there was all high rank players, it was okay. The difference is just, like, you will get everyone the same MMR in a lobby more often on Europe, and that'll make a better game. I don't think communication matters that much on Europe. I think it matters more on NA. You need to, like, tell every single robot on your team what they're doing, like, what to do constantly. On Europe, I feel like in half my games, I can just chill and people will be doing the right thing most of the time. Like this Primal game, for instance. Nobody said anything. Nyx came mid, we killed the guy, they're like, oh, go kill Troll. Everyone just is playing Dota. That would never happen on NA. Like, this game would never happen on NA. I would have to, like, blog for 30 minutes to get anyone to do anything on NA. You have to be, like, it's a huge buff as well to speak Spanish, because if you can blog on the mic in Spanish, you can solo carry a lot easier. This game, like, it's the opposite. The better everyone is at Dota, the less communication's necessary. Like, on really top pro teams, there's not that much communication going on. Everyone trusts each other to get the right items. Everybody trusts each other to, like, be on the right place on the map. Nobody's talking about what neutral item they should get. Everyone just is, like, only talking about the important things. There's not that much yapping. But if you're playing with all bots, if you don't consistently yap your motherfucking brains off, they're gonna buy fucking Radiance first on Storm Spirit mid. Your fucking offlaner's gonna be farming the enemy ancient camp and die. Like, yeah, the MMR difference. There's a lot more comeback games on Europe, and you have to, like, play better to win usually. But I wouldn't say that, like, the games would be impossible to have those level on. Like, if everyone queued NA, it wouldn't be that bad, really. But because nobody does anymore, you're just only gonna get, like, again. Let me open the Ember game I played earlier. This is a better example of like this is exactly like how my NA games feel. This is just basically an NA game. I think it was just me and my friend Lua that are from NA in this game. I think everyone else is from Europe. But the rank difference is so big between half the people in the game that like the high ranks just go like 20-0 and then you win. Like Sand King started with no game, CK started with a big game, but his rank is like not as good as mine and Wind Rangers, and we had good games, so we won. Like, their Arc Warden had a decent start, but he's ranked 4,000, so they lost. Like, it doesn't matter at all, like, what the fuck happens in the early game. Like, we just have the better players, so we kind of won. There wasn't much yapping this game either. But this game would like this just felt exactly like an NA game. So like the two types of games I get on Europe are the mixed skill lobbies with like 8K and 7K MMR players in the lobby, and 12Ks, like the 11 to 12Ks, 10Ks or whatever, which are exactly how the NA games are. It's like all rank 500s and 2 top 100s a lot of the time. And then every now and then I'll have to play fucking Treant Protector or some shit because I'm the lowest rank in the lobby and everyone's rank 200. I'd never get a game like that on NA. Like, there's no way. Even if I queued at, like, the perfect micro femtosecond of the day where it's, like, peak top, like, most top players are playing, you will never get a game like this high MMR, for example. Like, never. Also, aside, you will actually win more Dota playing the Europe server if you go out of your way to not draft NA players. I wouldn't say me included. I like everyone thinks they're the exception or whatever. But when I first started playing Europe, I was losing a lot just adjusting to the server, if that makes sense. Like there's a different meta. The games feel different sometimes. Sometimes they feel the same. But the NA players are never worth their MMR. Never. Because the games are just different. It's not that they're harder or like they wouldn't be able to adjust to them, but it's just not the same gameplay. Well, in the past, like, month or so, I've adjusted pretty well to the games, I would say. Why is there no stats here? I mean, look at my win rate to mid in the past week. You know, like... forming lobbies is stupid. I would gain is Monkey's in Europe right now, or is he playing Europe? Because I would gain 1,000 MMR if I had no ping. I'm not even capping. I think it's a huge deal to play on ping, but the games are just like way better. Now, like if I played carry or offlane or support, I don't think it'd be like 1,000. I think mid is like the most ping intensive role, and you guys can call me a little baby boy for thinking that. But, like, the entire point of mid is timing last hits and picking up runes, both of which are a huge disadvantage for ping. So, I felt the ping a lot more today. My last sitting was worse today. Sometimes the lag doesn't feel as bad. Like, sometimes it just feels worse. I don't know how to explain it. Minor winner? I didn't win a minor. Just moved to Europe. But, I don't know why the stats aren't showing. There we go. 64% this month for mid. Like, this is a really good win rate, and these are all Europe games. I get 120, 114 on a medium day, and 107 on a good day. I don't know why the ping is different based on the day. When it's 107, I feel like I can't lose. When it's 114, the game feels normal. When it's 122, I feel mad. So, but yeah, I don't pick any NA players if I can. Like, unless they already have a Europe rank and I've seen them around enough, then it doesn't matter. They've calibrated. But if you pick someone with an NA rank, 90% of the time, they're just going to suck balls and you're going to lose. But yeah. That's my, like, speech. For ex-competitive players, I think playing on Europe should be easier because a lot of ex-competitive players, like I would include myself in that discussion, understand when to go Roche or when to do objectives or when to group up. They just might be old and suck balls at laning, and if you want to win on NA, you just have to win your lane in Snowball. So you just have to be like, you can be the stupidest motherfucker on the planet, but you have 6,000 net worth at 10 minutes because you last picked Huskar and the Ember that's ranked 500 on their team died 4 times and went AFK. And you'll just win MMR on NA that way. I don't think people will ever play NA again. I don't know. I'm very... Hold on, I was responding to a message. So I'm like, I don't get why our server's not even more dead. I feel like 3 years ago, all of South America could have just queued Peru server. And they still don't. And I'm not saying that like, region locked the servers or whatever, but there just wouldn't be any Dota games on NA without Peruvians at this point. There isn't enough NA players. And then on top of that, like the only reason they weren't before, I guess, is because like there's mixed countries in the routing, but some of the countries with bad ping to Peru server get good ping to Europe. Like the Brazilians that live in the north of Brazil that have the cable that goes straight to Europe, they get like 90 to 100 ping on Europe server. They get lower ping to Europe than NA. So they just get to like have the like they get a medium server instead of playing 140 ping on NA, they just get to play like playable ping on Europe, which is better. I don't know why anybody queues NA from SA really. Like they play Europe sometimes too. I really don't know. I think the griefing is, I mean, it wouldn't be that much better ping. And the north part of Brazil, from what I've been told, is like not nice necessarily. It's not foreigner friendly, but I could be wrong about that. That's just what I've been told by other. Yeah, and Fort Ozella ping for Europe is 85 exactly. That's better than anything I could get to Europe unless I move to Europe. Let me right here. What's stopping me from moving to Europe? I mean, I'm not a European citizen. So you have to like, I don't know shit about the laws there. I haven't like thought about it at all. As a freelancer? I don't know. I haven't put any thought into it. How about this? You guys all tell Liquid to sponsor me, and I'll go stream next to Arteezy and Koikva and just grief all the games. Canadians can just move? I know that in like, if I wanted to, Canadians can just move. That's kind of crazy. I know if I want to live in America, which is like way better than living in Canada, I can only stay 6 months out of the year or they like giga ban me if I overstay. I mean, the problem with moving countries is just like annoying. I don't know. I'm like fine living here and EU doesn't have crazy visa bullshit. I wouldn't be against it in the future, but I don't really have any plans on going to Europe anytime soon. I like just settled back into Canada. I wasn't in Canada all of last year. I'm enjoying being a Canadian citizen. Europe's also really scary. I wish I had dual citizenship to the US. Why is Europe scary? Isn't that like where all the wars happened? Like historically? Yeah, there's not a real big reason to move if I'm not sponsored or something. It'd definitely be more expensive, right? I mean, Canada's not cheap either. Like historically, didn't like most wars happen in Europe? I don't know. Where would I move in Europe? Somewhere where they speak English. I don't know if that's everywhere. Yeah, Canada probably is more expensive than we're in Europe. The difference though is like I get to like Twitch gives me American dollars and sponsors give me American dollars, and then I trade them for Canadian pesos, which are worthless, so I live like a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'd have the same experience doing that in Europe. Like I like get 50% more money or something from every dollar I make American. But if I had a Canadian job, it'd probably be like way worse. I make more than a lot of my friends who have real jobs. It's crazy. Moved to Romania and I'm a trillionaire. That's true. $0.70 to the dollar. I was like 0.66 last time I checked. Let me check. CAD to USD. 0.73 right now. Let's see, what's the lowest it was in the year? Oh, I guess it is about the lowest. I guess I was wrong. That's still insane, by the way. What is it the other way around? Because I don't want to do the math in my head. 1.36 to 1. That's like that's pretty close. That's more than like 33%. I mean, like, I don't know. It's just like random stuff, but I wouldn't be against living in Europe. I just feel really fucking weird to just move the country to play a video game with lower ping. But like, the fucking gamer in me is like, dude, that's kind of worth it though. Like, what if I was like what if I was cheek to cheek with Kakva with 2 ping or whatever on the server, or both our fat asses on the server? Yeah, but BSJ is also Liquid sponsored or whatever, so they probably helped him. Maybe they didn't. Alright, see ya, King Potato. I think he would probably live in Europe if he wasn't sponsored, but... Ping is critical for picking up runes, bounty runes, certain spell interactions very rarely. Last hitting. And middle is all about last hitting. Well, the Canadian economy is terrible, but I don't really exist in the Canadian economy because I get paid in foreign money. So like that wouldn't like I don't know exactly what the correlation be cost of living wise, because it's like I'm not getting paid in their currency. I think if I want to get sponsored by anybody like that, like I don't know if there's like even that much in the streamer sponsor space. Like a personal goal of mine is to get 1,000 viewers when I turn on my stream. I'd be happy with that for a long time. I think I've gone from... I think I average like 400 right now, which is pretty good. And I make a decent living, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I think that like most sponsors want to have more average viewers. Like I'm kind of on the edge. Maybe if I had like 600 to 800 even, it'd be more enticing. It's a big deal, bro. It's a bigger deal than you think. Everything, like, for example, Puck and Ember, I don't mind on ping that much, which is ironic, right? You would think, oh, those are reaction-based heroes or whatever. But that I don't care about like reaction. Like I can BKB Ravage on 300 ping. I have the reaction times of a fucking like small child on crack cocaine. Okay, my reaction times are insane for 30. Okay, that's not the problem. The problem is the server registering my last hits versus another human. It's fucktarded the way like the rollback works or something. If I'm lasting under the tower, I might as well give up half the time. It feels like stupid. Also, turning feels like you have sticky napalm on you when you have ping. Those are the only two things that absolutely drive me nuts. I'll cry every time someone gets the bounty rune over me, like, oh, ping, lol, XD. But turning on Shadow Fiend with no ping, and turning, like, on Shadow Fiend with 120 ping, I feel like I'm steering a bus covered in, like under the ocean. Like, it's insanely, like, weird. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, especially versus a really good mid. Like, the mids I play against aren't the pro ones, so it doesn't always, like, become a big deal. But sometimes you just get owned on CS because somebody's really good. Imagine dealing with a daily. Why do you want me to move to Europe? You trying to steal my kidneys or fuck my butthole? Like, nah, I ain't moving to Europe. Fuck you. NA for life. Trying to bring me to the Diddy party in Europe. I don't think so, brother. I don't know about that one. The motherland calls you. Bro, I forget which mid players on NA have like 5 ping. There's a couple of them. If you try to rune race them, you might as well just like drop your bottle on the floor and let them have it. It's like even 5 ping versus 40 ping is a big difference. Let alone 5 ping versus 120. Now, I'm a Chad. I don't cry about ping sometimes. Sometimes I do. Don't make fun of me. But I don't feel like I'm capped by the ping, if that makes sense. I can play around it. It is a disadvantage. That's all it is. It's a disadvantage that people make a bigger deal out of than they should, but I'm mad because I play mid, so I can cry. It's something I can cry about and blame all of my problems on. So we'll just leave it like that. Like, most people blame their team when they lose. I just get to blame lag. That's like a nice life, actually. I've had a few games where I absolutely fuck people to death on CS, even with ping, though. Yeah, maybe I should get sponsored by OG and live in the no-tail manch. My Void Spirit CSing is pretty good usually. There was one game that was bad. One last SF game. Okay, SF game and then the tier list, and then I'm probably done for the night. I've yapped a lot already, so... We'll do the carry tier list. My carry tier list might not be entirely accurate, but it'll be based on what I played against. Put Deuce at the bottom. Let's see. Sven S tier? I don't know. If I base it off tournament play, it'll be a completely different list. If I base it off like average MMR slash to my MMR, I have a very good idea of most heroes. We're gonna have to make new tiers for carry though. It won't be like hate yourself. There won't be like a hate yourself tier for picking heroes. There'll be a hate your team tier.
1 versus 1.
Tournament doesn't necessarily, like, Chaos Knight's win rate in pubs is like 2,000%. Its win rate in tournament is 0%, so. Because he lost 3 strength or whatever. Like, that was a big deal, apparently. The problem with tournament games is it's not like the pacing of the game even a lot of the time for heroes. It's the fact that Captain's Mode lets you ban certain heroes, the meta can be different. Like, there's more bans, and the bans happen at different times in the draft. So maybe when you first pick Chaos, like, maybe you can't get Chaos Knight unless you early pick it, and then when you early pick it, you just fucking lose. Whereas in a pub game, you get to pick it, like, blind when 80% of the draft is always over. Like, when you second phase Chaos Knight in a pub, they've already picked 4 heroes on their team. Are they going to counter Chaos Knight now? That's basically what happens. Not to mention, there's also just, like, people play differently. They're more grouped up. They play better as a team. They're better with their, like, they're cleaner in real games for the most part. Thoughts on legacy hotkeys? It's just old people. Like, I don't use quick cast because I'm old. The people older than me use legacy hotkeys, and that's fine. It makes 0 difference. It's just annoying because they keep adding new things you have to have a hotkey for, like TP slot, neutral item slot. At some point, there's gonna be backpack hotkeys, and I'm just gonna quit Dota. Like, that's where I draw the line. If I have to have hotkeys for my backpack, we're playing a new game. Yeah, Arteezy's always use Legacy. Legacy makes sense for some heroes. Oh, it's going pretty okay. Like, Legacy on Invoker actually makes sense because each spell has its own hotkey instead of it being, like, the order. But it doesn't really matter. It's what you're used to. And the problem with Legacy keys for me is, like, I would not be able to have, like, the same item hotkeys every game or some shit. Like, I'd have to change my hotkeys for heroes, and, like, I'm not doing that. Bro, lagging or what? He buys a quelling blade every game now. Just doesn't want the smoke on the CS. That was, like, too mean, actually. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have aggroed the creep off of it to, like, bait his raise. That was too mean. I should just buy boots and kill him. Griefing myself. love lost, no love found. Damn it, missing CS. Crazy. Give up the range creep. Oh, he didn't get it. You get no love, no love. It's tanking all the creeps. So it's not over. Copium. I want to buy boots over a salve, so I'm just gonna get everything. Never coming in again. Brother. That's my ward. How dare you?
Radiant
How fucking dare you go for my ward, brother? The disrespect on my fucking name to kill my high ground ward. You are getting better at these. The problem is my CSing is like 200 KMMR and yours is like 100 KMMR. There's like a doubling in CSing. It's not about the button pressing. It's not about the items really. I'm just denying and lasting the creeps better. Yeah, it's the CSing, right? You're not getting to play the game because of the CSing. Ah, the beer, I see. Is it true that it's $8 a beer right now in Canada? I ain't bought beer in a minute. Yeah, I hit him with the dead inside. Okay, the snacking emote's kind of OP. What animal is that? It's not a beaver. Is it a mole? It's not a cappy, is it? Doesn't look like a cappy. Thanks for the 10 gifted. Appreciate it, big dog. It's really hard to practice CSing. Again, like I made a YouTube video about it, but the best way is just playing against high ranked players all the time and matchmaking and like maybe practicing in the polygon. I'll show it again on stream because it might actually help some people.
I speak softly, but
Last hits training. Where is it? Right here. You can pick whatever items. And then let's say I want a last hit on Medusa because I hate myself. Yeah, and you can pick your item. You can't use abilities, which is a little fucked up. But the sniper will try to outlast hit you, so it's kind of like lasting against another human. And even though the sniper's not perfect, you can see how much delay there is between the last hitting, so you can time your animation. So missing CS is fine, but you want to time your animation with the creep, so I had 0 there. You want to have 0 every time, or at least less than 0.2 is probably like ideal. But this would be like step 1. Like step 2 is doing it against a human or whatever, and aggroing creeps and shit like that. You don't have to be perfect in game either. Most creeps you can just get like a lot of advantage on the timing by just being able to aggro them back. But sniper has no projectile speed or whatever, or projectile time. Let's see, I missed that one. But yeah. Being dead and pray for cat girls? Fuck. One day, your prayers might be answered. I feel like Japan is working on cat girls as we speak. Tier list time, yeah, tier list time. Okay. Be formless. Be water, my friend. Let me get a tab open. Also, please get HelloFresh. I want money. Thank you. They are a good product. I like it a lot. Use my code. Get me money. Thank you. And gift me subs. Literally just give me all your money. I'm a streamer. I deserve it. Streaming is the hardest thing you could possibly do with your time. Like, imagine, like, you're a forklift operator, biggest chat in the world. You get to drive a forklift. Fun. Imagine having to stream Dota all day. Like, literally just give me all your money, guys. I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. Tier list Dota 2. A moderator tier list? Okay. Which one did I pick? I think it was 7.33 last time. Okay, thanks for the prime sub, Joker Bob. Appreciate it, big dog. Okay, display capture. Let's take the sponsor widget down. Where do I put my big, beautiful face? Why you're all here? You're not here for the Dota. Ooh, look at me. Hold on. It's for the fans. For the fans. For the fans at home. Okay. Now we need the chat. Everyone loves the chat. I kind of don't want it to be dark mode, but it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. Having it pinned to my taskbar. That's actually for RuneScape. And I forgot this is the JGX launcher. On the left of Discord is Magic Arena. This was my alt Google account for when I had an agency try to help me get sponsors and they didn't get me anything, so that I just abandoned them. This is RuneScape, and well, you know what? We'll do a little RuneScape stream real quick. Do a little RuneScape stream real quick. Bird nest o'clock. We got the bird nest tracker. If I remember during queue or like when I'm outside a game, I think I've done this like once or twice per stream on average. I could do it more often if I cared enough. Teleport over to the magic mushrooms. Just do a little birdhouse run. Just collect free money. I have a notepad file which I usually make lists on. I think the last notepad file I have was the list for buying stuff for my phone for streaming the Fossil Island run. I do have a phone stand now. I have to figure out how to attach it to my oven, and then we're good to go for tomorrow. Should be able to cook on stream. Other than that, I don't really have anything on my taskbar these days. If I ever add anything to it, it makes me mad. I still misclick Magic Arena when I go to like click Discord a lot, and it drives me nuts because you like can't stop it from loading the game no matter how hard you try. Like it's just gonna load the game, and you're gonna have to like it's gonna take like 10 seconds, and then you're griefed. Also useful if you guys like doing birdhouse runs yourself. Okay. If you guys are birdhouse runners like me, keeping the economy afloat, make sure you have numpad for bank pin. Look at that. Now you guys can't hack me. Make 4 bird nests for next time whenever I remember. Bro, I have fishing. I don't have agility, though. Agility is for psychopaths. I was working on mining for a while. My stats are kind of nuts. I'm probably going to max at some point. Construction would take me a day, probably, if I really cared. Thieving, agility are my least favorite skills to do. And rune crafting is just really slow. The only AFK ones I have are like mining, hunter, and woodcutting, and hunter's so far away. Look, don't hack me, guys. I have a T-bow and full fortified Masori. That's all I got these days. I sold my whole bank for sort of bis ranged, and I can't do anything in the game anymore. So now I just run birdhouses until I can afford a sword. I don't have the Infernal Cape yet. I think I still have a magic deck for limited that I need to play. Okay, we need to change these. Pick if you hate your team. That's going to be the new category for carry. We might have to change some of these up here as well. I want to run some raids at some point. I don't know if I'll do a few on stream. I've always wanted to stream some RuneScape because I feel like I'd be good at streaming RuneScape. But like, I am just so fucking bad at like getting the like, if I can play RuneScape every day, I'll do it. But as soon as I stop playing for a week, all the inertia is gone. Like, I just don't do RuneScape anymore. Like, I just don't feel like I'm actually like playing enough to get goals done. Let's see. Does this look fine? Do we need to change these at all? What do you think about the tiers, brothers? Is there anything carry specific? Looks good? Okay. Oh, time to do a cringe YouTube voice. I love being cringe. Okay. Wait, what? Waiting. Add a grief section? I think grief is the F tier. I think that's definitely the grief section. Yeah. Carries do tend to be griefing. Hello everybody and welcome to a new tier list. 7.36C, I think. I don't know, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Total neutral. Yeah, I don't have a really good intro yet. You guys can see the chat on the screen. I do these on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/iannihilate. Please, yes, like, comment, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, the grandma's not getting out of the cage or whatever. Every time you subscribe, a kitten finds a new home. Stuff like that. Just, you know, the normal stuff. Today will be carries. We love carry heroes in the chat. We love carries. Carry players, these days, there's a lot of them. It's the most popular role by far. Also, has the most griefers because everyone fights for carry. Just a little bit of a quiz. Just a little bit of quiz info. Trivia. Let's set the tone, okay? Let's start with an S tier carry above the rest of the heroes by far. And this is going to be quite subjective. I'm going to put Broodmother up here, okay? Normally this would be like a hero specialist thing. Right now, in really high rank lobbies, and probably if you can get decently good at Brood. I don't think you'll win on Brood the first game you play it, but if you play like a few games and maybe watch a replay or something, you can play a pretty easy like Brood these days. You put the web in the mid lane with the necrotic web, it instantly wins your mid lane. If they lose mid lane with a web in their lane, they suck. So you win mid. I've seen some broods put them in all 3 lanes even and just win all 3 lanes for their team. Universal Hero, Bloodthorn's one of the best items in Dota. Gleipnir's one of the best items in Dota. She builds Bloodthorn, not Gleipnir. That's fine. Very good lane matchups in the off lane, I would say, but not so much in mid and off lane, like in the safe lane rather. But yeah, I think it's probably the best carry. This hero's insanely contested in I rank gameplay. Now let's go take a look at like a medium carry. Where we got the medium carries at? Where's TA? Templezi. This is alphabetical, right? I'm not crazy. Oh, it's because I had the mid-tier list on before, maybe? Because SF is up here, and he's not alphabetical. So it's probably how I moved them before. Yeah, TA is over here. Okay. I think TA is fine. If you're a mid player that has played a lot of TA and you get stuck on carry, this is usually the go-to for a lot of them. Not nearly as powerful as it was like 2 or 3 patches ago, like at the beginning of the patch. Definitely still strong because you can get 2 points in meld in a lot of lanes and you get the level 1 Psyblades for free, or I guess level 0 Psyblades. But having Psyblades as an innate and getting extra refraction charges for damage when you're in a fight in the lane is nice. Still scales pretty well. Nothing wrong with the hero, just not like first pick broken as it was before. Next up, I might add an underrated section in the future, now that I think about it. For now, we'll just leave it here. I think Windranger's A tier. If you're lower rank, it might actually feel hard to win on this hero. I'm not sure. It's not like the standard, like, you get these items, you auto-win. Like, it's not like a timing-based hero, really. You're just insanely strong at laning. The meta in high rank and pro play right now is to stay in your lane as long as possible as carry. Like, eventually you're going to have to move. But if you can soak your lane for 12 minutes or so and just win your lane, that is the most impactful thing in the meta right now for carry. So picking stuff like Brood, that like controls the lane even beyond that with the webs and the spiders and takes the tower. Picking stuff like Windranger, insanely hard to lane against and push out a lane. Those are very strong in the meta. But if you're like 3-4k MMR or lower, it might be easier to just pick more traditional carries. So just keep that in mind as a caveat. This list is like based off my experiences in games, what I've played, what I played against. Not like I'm trying to make the list relatable in a way, because not everybody is like 10 to 11k MMR or whatever I'm at. I'm at 10.7, I think. So I'm not trying to make it like 10k MMR list only. That'd be stupid. Other carry players probably know better than me. But like, yeah, just as far as hero strengths go, if you're a very good Windranger, now it's time to pick it. What else do we got here? If I miss a few heroes, you guys can let me know too. I think Monkey King is very strong with the jumping facet. And another hero that you might have to like counter pick a little bit. I think you can usually pick this blind though and be like good 99% of the time. Like most people pick melee offlaners. You're not going to lane like some weird Viper type hero. Like I just can't see like what hero would really dumpster this blind. Playing against 2 range heroes could be annoying sometimes depending on your support. But very strong hero right now with the jumping facet. You're basically anti-mage. Most Monkey Kings I've seen build Gleipnir, which is probably like top 2 items in the patch. I think like best items in the game right now for like mid or off lane or carry, less so off lane, but it's just like Gleipnir and Bloodthorn and abusing them in some way. Maybe not the first item. Gleipnir tends to be first item for offlane Windranger. I've seen Gleipnir offlane Visage, Gleipnir on Ember as a second item, Gleipnir Monkey King, very strong item. Bloodthorn's usually like second or third item if you go an Orchid. Like let's say you're playing Brood, you go Orchid, maybe third item, you finish the Bloodthorn, you get another power spike with Manta and all the spiders. Void Spirit similar, you'll go like Mage Slayer, Ags, Manta, Bloodthorn, or Orchid, Ags, Manta, Bloodthorn. Very powerful hero to pick right now. Snapfire carry, I'm not so sure about, but Snapfire's another like Glipnir user. This hero, I think if you are Mason Dota 2, you can put it in S. His Clinks is very powerful. It's won him a lot of MMR. Personally, I think that Clinks is like A tier, but I could be wrong. I don't see enough of this hero to really say. I haven't seen this hero lose very much as a carry, to be honest, but it hasn't been in like every single game. Going Deso, Shard, and Daedalus and whatever, like the main reason I'm not exactly sold on it is because people don't do the Orchid. The Orchid build actually sucks. They go the Deso stuff. Like I said, this is mostly like a Bloodthorn Glipnir patch, and he doesn't really abuse those, but the hero is really, really strong. It could potentially take over the meta if more carries start to pick it, but that hero is really, really strong. I don't want to undersell it. Very strong at like all levels of play as well. Invis heroes that have solo kill potential go up in value ginormously at all ranks, right? Because the lower the rank, ideally, the more spread out people are in those games. Or not ideally, but it tends to happen. People are very uncoordinated in pubs. If you get fast Deso Shard or whatever, you can get a bunch of kills. You can farm really fast. Carry to counter Beastmaster. I've seen PA picked a decent amount. I think Chaos Knight can work. You just got to focus the boars. Troll can work. Anything that can focus down the boars. TA is really annoying for Beast, too. Let's see. What else do we got? Lifestealer. I think this hero might actually be B tier. I don't want to undersell Lifestealer, but I think that the recent nerfs, like he only gets 1 HP from the Corpse Eater. There was some other change to him in some way. We just got out of the Luna Lifestealer patch 7.35. In 7.36, I've always felt like Lifestealer is like one tier below the other carries. So he's at least B tier at best. I put him into C tier. I think you need to have a good lane. And he fits the meta. Like, he's probably one of the best heroes at sitting in lane forever and, like, controlling the safe lane. But a lot of the times it just doesn't happen. He lanes against, like, Hoodwink Wind Ranger or something and just can't lane at all and just gets bricked. There's maybe, like, a weird Slardar pick or... I've even seen, like, some Sand Kings beat Lifestealer, which should be, like, impossible to me. But it just doesn't feel like he dominates in lane that much anymore because of the base damage nerfs, like, I guess. You really need to get to, like, double Bracer. The problem with laning right now for carries is if you don't pick Universal Hero, and they do, they will have 70 damage level 1, 2, and 3 to, like, 70 to 90, and you will have 50. And Lifestealer is one of those 50 damage heroes that needs to, like, fight for creeps, not just like only CS. Let's go down again. Troll. I think Troll is A tier. I could be convinced on B tier. This hero seems really powerful. I don't know exactly what tipped him over the edge for me. I think getting your Q for free and getting to put more points into the Axes and the Fervor is really strong. The Shard has been really strong for a long time. The extra armor facet is insanely strong throughout the game. You feel really tanky during your ult or just hitting people. Very strong lane dominator. Again, fits the meta. You can usually sit in your lane and farm all the way up to a Battle Fury before having to leave. You win your lane, yada, yada, yada. Can actually fight the Universal heroes pretty well. Just really solid hero, honestly. S tier, we might have to move one of these into S tier because we're going to run out of heroes soon, actually. There's definitely like one more S tier hero in the patch. Without yapping too much longer, let's get Gyro in here. I think Gyro's also C tier. I think if you have Io or Marcy or some type of buff hero, it can work. The biggest problem with Gyrocopter is you have 50 base damage and everyone else has 90. Good luck, have fun. If you can get around that by, like, you know, Io Gyros is a really sick combo, or you have a good lane, the hero tends to do really well. you can get really farmed really fast and just completely take over a game. But yeah, just kind of difficult to, like, Enigma's been pretty decently popular, has a really strong win rate. If you pick Gyro into Enigma, free lane, pretty much, and then you're going to take over the game. So that'd be, like, the best example of a good game for Gyro. There's probably going to be some disappointment from the YouTube comment section because I'm not going to include too many heroes. I don't think there's too many viable carries. I want to put Sven in S tier because of like tournament performances and stuff and like what I think about the hero. I think like we're going to leave him A tier. I don't know. I think we're just going to have to move Klinks here. I actually think Klinks is broken. I've like convinced myself. I think Klinks is actually just broken. Every game I've seen it played, it wins. It has an insane win rate on all the stat websites at my rank. It's just like kind of lowish sample. That's the only problem I have with it. But it definitely feels more powerful than all these other heroes. There definitely has to be a difference. I think PA was a requested hero. PA is bottom of A tier or top of B tier. And the only reason I like PA a lot is the methodical facet farms really, really fast. And she's actually pretty strong in lane now, I feel like, for some reason. I don't know exactly. Like, she's always been decently strong in lane, but I don't know if it's the matchups or what. But this hero seems to do pretty well in lane. And again, we're in a sit in lane meta, so the heroes that, like, I've even seen Ricky picked a few times. The heroes that normally, like, get punished when the enemy team has, like, Luna jungling, and they're just, like, Ricky trying to farm a Diffusal Blade in lane. The offlane heroes don't feel too insanely strong right now at laning. Like, maybe you'll be against a Wind Ranger or a Visage every now and then, but against Beastmaster, you should be able to get a Battle Fury pretty easily. Sand King just pushes the wave into you, you get to free farm. There's a lot of offlane heroes that just give the carry free farm, and you can just sit in lane against for a long time. That'd be like my general feel of the patches carry. Where's Weaver? Weaver's next. Now, I think Weaver's one of the most brokenest heroes in all of Dota 2, but I think she's just way better as support or offlane a lot of the time. And like, I don't like offlane Weaver at all. Carry Weaver is like good if not countered, and I wouldn't say there's a lot of counters to Weaver necessarily, but for some reason, it just feels like the carry Weaver like is very strong with items, don't get me wrong, but support Weavers tend to have more impact in the early game and will scale into 80% of a carry Weaver's potential. So, like, yeah, 6-slotted Weaver level 25, like, triple critting people out of the Shard, like with Shard and Sakuchi and the talent, and getting Daedalus and Satanic and all that's nice, but a Vessel Weaver running around the map, warding, roaming, getting kills, and then going Glypnir and carry stuff anyway, just feels like it does, like, 70 to 80% of the carry's job, damage-wise even, with, like, half the net worth. So, like, I don't know. I just don't feel that strongly about Carry Weaver. There's definitely been some games where a Carry Weaver has carried me or done really well, but it's normally from snowballing off the landing phase. Yeah, Wind Ranger carry is really good. These aren't necessarily in left to right unless I specify. Like, I think PA is definitely bottom of A tier. These are mostly pretty even. I think Wind Ranger is much stronger than Monkey, Troll, and Sven, but the middle ones are pretty even. Chaos Knight, I would normally put him in S. And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna put him in S. Keep in mind, this hero is getting dumpstered at Riyadh or something. Like, as far as tournament play goes, for some reason losing 3 strength by level 30 is just the biggest deal of all time or something, or he doesn't do well in the Captain's Mode draft, or pro teams haven't figured out a bit. As far as public games go, you're going to end the laning phase with 400 kills. You're going to sit in your lane forever with the lifesteal from your crit. You abuse Bloodthorn, which is like, you know, one of the 2 best items in the patch, especially damage output wise. And yeah, just like very easy to play hero, very easy to understand, very easy to have high impact on. Everything you want out of a carry player, because a lot of our carry players on our teams grief us to death. They'll pick anti-mage because they hate their teammates and themselves, and they could just pick Chaos Knight and do twice as good. Okay. Are there any meta-ish heroes I'm forgetting? Morphling, I guess. Morphling and Faceless Void. Other heroes are going to be more subjective, as I won't have played against them that much. Let's get Morphling on the table. Now, if your name is Yatoro or Radan or whatever name he chooses next time he queues a Dota tournament up, Morphling can be S or A tier, okay? Now, if you're like the mom and pop Morphling, the like grandfather's Morphling, it can be like F or D tier. I think on average, you're going to get a B tier Morphling on your team. The hero feels fine. It doesn't feel ridiculous. It doesn't feel that bad to have on your team. You're also not too happy when it's on your team because, you know, usually some Morphling just sits on all agility and dies. Sometimes they'll have good performances. Sometimes they'll have bad performances. But if it was Yatoro piloting the Morphling, you would never lose. That's kind of what the hero feels like. Keep in mind, you know, PSA for all Morphling players out there, you need to leave Adaptive Strike at level 1 or 2 and the stat shift at level 1, or not level 1, at level 2, and skill stats immediately after maxing Waveform. If you are maxing both the stat shift and the Adaptive Strike in this patch, the hero falls to like a 32% win rate when it's probably like 47 or 48% win rate overall, including the noobs picking it. Leveling the stats gives you 4 attributes per level, okay? It's not like other heroes where you get 2. You get 4 attributes per level on Morphling when you skill stats. So people leave Adaptive at level 1. They also only put 2 points in the attribute shift, and they don't rush Conda anymore. Conda will also lower your win rate by another 5%. Manta, Butterfly, Satanic, Daedalus. Going full like right-click items is just way better, and playing off the extra attributes you get because you'll have more mana. You won't have to get a Conda. You won't have to get Scotty. You can just go pure right-click and still have enough like stats from having stats. That's pretty much my Morphling rant. Let me make sure we're not like 10 years into the video as well. I tend to yap a lot in these. Okay, we're like 20 minutes in. We got plenty of time. Oh yeah, Ursa? Ursa's just another A tier hero, honestly. Like, you could put him in S, but I think Ursa and Windranger are equally powerful. I definitely feel like I lose more often and in more bullshit ways, or I win more often and win in more bullshit ways with Brood, Chaos Knight, or Clinks on my team. If that makes sense. I don't feel like, oh, they have an Ursa, I can't win, or oh, I have an Ursa, we're going to auto-win, in the same way those other heroes when they have a good start. Beastmaster played as a carry, not in pub games. Maybe it was played in a tournament or something. Jug? Yeah, we're going to move on to the less meta heroes. I think these are mostly all the meta heroes I can think of. We're missing Faceless Void, actually. Let me do Faceless Void. This will be the last, like, actually in the meta hero. I think very high C tier, low B tier. You could move them based on how you feel it works in your games. Every hero that's not on the list, and maybe I'll think of another one, like maybe I'm forgetting something. These are going to be heroes that aren't as popular, but you can still pick as carry, that I have less experience playing with or against. And we're going to start off with everyone's most beloved, pick if you hate your teammates, Anti-Mage. This hero is terrible. You should never pick it. You should only pick it if you know you're intentionally griefing 4 other people on your team. Even though Sand King is in a lot of games currently, you should never pick Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage has been auto-lose this patch, the Facet patch pretty much. He was decently pickable before that. They took the slow off mana burn. It's a talent at 15 now. He would probably be pretty good with that this patch, honestly. If they reverted that change, he'd actually be able to have some laning power. This hero is complete grief right now. Pure went 17-0. Yeah, he probably had the perfect anti-mage game, and he would have won anyway. He could have played any hero and probably won that game. Naga? Naga also doesn't fit the meta right now. I think you can pick Naga's very low C or very high D. I'm going to put Naga in the D section. So Naga is typically good in games where, in metas where the offlaner is really strong. Like when people are picking a lot of offlane Broodmother, like a lot of it, Naga was very go-to pick because, you know, Ensnare catches Brood pretty easily, builds Manta to dispel like any Bloodthorn shenanigans. But because she de-pushes the shitty lane the entire game, she won't defend the tower, she won't stay in lane very long. In the bad matchup, she'll go to the jungle, and she'll just keep the shitty lane de-pushed so the team can play 4v4 against the weaker heroes. And like in the Brood matchup, right? Brood will be just like webbing around and chilling, and she'll be de-pushing that lane so hard that Brood is in a constant tug-of-war for lane pressure, so she can't move as much. If you have an anti-mage carry against Brood, Brood will just farm the anti-mage, go gank mid with webs. She'll like take over the whole screen. We're in a patch where if they have a Brood, you're much better suited to picking Ursa, Monkey King, even the Wind Ranger, and sometimes Troll, and just beating the hero in lane and not letting any of that happen in the first place. Most offlane heroes are lose lane heroes that farm like ancient creeps. Like Sand King normally loses lane and farms ancients. Beastmaster normally loses lane and farms ancients. There's not that many heroes that just outright win the lane and force the carry to jungle. So a lot of Battle Fury heroes are actually really popular right now, or heroes that are able to stay in lane. Moving onwards. Sniper, we're gonna leave him in Herald Superstar Division, and no matter what tier list it is, that's just the easy one. Luna, very similar. I think like it's a mix between C and D. The reason why I hesitate to put Naga and Luna in the C tier is because like there's so many heroes that you can pick when it's a good Luna or Naga game that are just better in those games anyway. So you're kind of picking it in a good game, but you're also picking it because you like the hero and you want to have fun. So it's more pick for fun. Arc Warden, I haven't seen an Arc Warden win in like 2 years. So I'm gonna put this in the hate your team section, honestly. Like you can make a case for hero specialist for Arc Warden, but I think the hero is just like personally. If I've seen this hero win before, I would be putting him in Hero Specialist. I promise you, in the past 4 months of me streaming Dota, I haven't seen Arc Warden win one time in any of my games. Not once have I won with this hero on my team, off my team, when I'm spectating in Dota TV. I haven't seen this hero win once, so it just has to be bad. I don't believe it. Spectre, pick for fun, I think. Spectre's actually really, really strong right now, but the meta just doesn't fit the hero. So, like, exactly what we talked about for other heroes. Spectre has 50 damage level 1. She has to lane University heroes that have 70. Doesn't win the lane or gets bullied out of the lane very easily. The laning phase is the hero's only problem currently. Everything after the lane, the facets, the ult, very strong in the mid game. You just can't get out of lane. So you're kind of picking it for fun. Even in a good Spectre game, you could have just picked something else. But University heroes just make this hero like unplayable in the laning phase. What else are we missing? Terrorblade. I have mixed feelings about Terrorblade. I actually think the hero is quite good. It just doesn't win for some reason, and I don't know why. I think Terrorblade's like kind of like these Naga Luna type heroes that would just like to go even in lane and then go jungle. They don't really always win their lane. Hero's like probably the best laner in all of Dota for like 3 minutes and then kind of falls off. Like level 1 meta and reflection, probably the best level 2 power spike carry of all time. Further levels of the hero just gives you images, really. Like you're not going to level reflection again unless you're a support. You're probably not going to level meta again because it's on cooldown for the next 10 minutes of the game. But like strongest level 2 and normally does well in those same types of metas with Naga and Luna where like they're strong against the early lane dominators and then they can go to the jungle when the lane gets hard. And that's just not the meta right now. Hero itself is honestly okay. Both facets are playable. I had somebody, I think it was Ramses, built Vlad's on Terrorblade on my team and went the make full HP illusions facet, and that looked okay. I've seen people just get a casual morbid mask and do that. So people get the full Sunder facet and do fine, but hero is okay. Alchemist is very underrated right now. I'm gonna put this in hero specialist, and that's kind of weird to say for Alchemist, but I think that the hero is actually really good. It's just very underrated, and people have so many options. Like, you have every Skittle color under the rainbow of carries that are very strong right now. Like, there's a lot of really strong carries. We actually have a hammer, or some other looking object that's unmentionable, but there's a lot of very top heavy carries this patch, right? So it just doesn't, I think Alchemist is actually pretty good, but there's just other options, is I think what's the problem. But if you're really good at Alch, it's actually a decent patch for it. There's a lot of carries, so bear with me. I'm trying to go through them a little quicker now, because we're getting to, the ones I've played against less often. We're going to ignore Razor. We're going to ignore Bristle. We'll put Bristle in Hero, especially Herald. There we go. Not too much to talk about there. That hero is just broken in Herald. If we saw Quinn take 5 Heralds down, 1v5 on Bristleback, not much to be said. PL, I know this is kind of weird to say, but PL is insanely broken at low MMR right now. The win rate between low MMR and high MMR is so different that I just have to put him in Herald Superstar. People just can't deal. They made the illusions easier to play with for noobs with I think it's Divergence is the facet. And still really strong with Ag's Diffusal and stuff. Just, again, doesn't really fit the meta at high MMR. Necro carry? Nah, skip. Drown Medusa? Okay, the bow heroes. Where is Drow? I don't know. I think the problem with Drow, we're gonna put her at the bottom of C tier, okay? But here's the problem with Drow. I don't think you want to be Drow against a lot of these heroes up here. Even you can kite Sven kind of. He buffs the whole team with armor. Troll can get on top of you. It's kind of hard to kite. It feels like the hero should be good. I think the Shard is really powerful. I don't know. I don't see it that much. And when I do see it, it doesn't feel very good. It's just, I think Broodmother also is a really big counter to Drow, and that's really popular in all lanes, really. It just seems like it doesn't fit the meta very well, but if a lot of her counters aren't in the pool, she probably does pretty well. I don't think Razor's a good enough hero to play as a carry right now. Shadow Fiend, they're going to put in Hero Specialist. I think we might see some carry Shadow Fiend at Riyadh, potentially. The problem with carry Shadow Fiend, honestly, is that the mid players just first pick it this patch, and it's always banned, at least in my games. In theory, it should be an okay carry. I've seen people do really well in tournament play and in high-level pubs with right-click carry Shadow Fiend. But good luck stealing this from the mid players that are dead inside and want to play Magic Shadow Fiend. They're just going to pick it before you, honestly. What else do we got? There's definitely 1 or 2 characters I'm missing out on here. Venge? It's just hard. I don't think Venge is a bad hero. But, look at all these other options you have. If you could choose between a steak dinner and some Easy Mac, you're probably going to pick the steak dinner. But Easy Mac's not bad. That's how I feel about Venge carry. You're not going to lose the game because you have Venge carry, but why isn't it off lane? Why is it in my safe lane? And why isn't it any of these other heroes that kind of define the meta right now? These are meta-defying heroes. Venge is just kind of whatever. Tony's not a mid hero anymore. He's supporter mid. Or Tony's not a carrier anymore. He's supporter mid. A lone druid? No, not the lone druid. Ricky we can do. I'm going to throw Ricky where he belongs. I'm not going to talk about him too much. There are some Ricky spammers. I'm actually 100% win rate against Ricky this patch, but it feels really powerful when I play against it. So I think you have to be very good at the hero and have a strong 5 with you, but you can take over games with like strong defusal type timing. Jug, yes. Let's not forget Juggernaut. My heart wants me to put Juggernaut in F tier, okay? I love Juggernaut, and I want to put him in F tier. Because you don't want to play in the Orchid, like, Ursa, TA, Illusion Hero patch. You don't want to play against Spiders. You don't want to play against Troll Warlord. You don't want to play against Finn. You don't want to play against PA. But, honestly, like, it's probably just low C tier. Ursa's probably S tier. I would say that Wind Ranger and Ursa are both almost S tier for me. You could put Ursa in S tier if you really feel like it. Like, the only interchangeable things, like I think at like 1,200,000 MMR, like rank 1, Wind Ranger is probably S tier. Ursa's probably S tier at like the like normalish MMR to like high MMR, and then maybe not in like super low. I don't know. I feel like it's actually hard for like average players to play a really good Ursa, but I also think it gets kited a lot easier against really good players, so I'm not exactly sure. I could see an argument for both these heroes, but I think that at any MMR, so long as you know how to play the heroes, these heroes are like insanely unbeatable. Medusa? We forgot about Medusa, that's true. Medusa, you're kind of picking this hero for fun, to be honest. Here's how every game of Medusa goes. If the Medusa sucks balls and trades level 1 with level 0 mana shield, you just lose the lane and you can't play Dota anymore. If the enemy team pretends she doesn't exist until she hits level 3, and by God, if they pretend she doesn't exist until level 5, she just auto carries the game. But her laning phase is so weak into early levels. Like, so weak. People that don't abuse it, like, she can do the meta where she sits in lanes forever. But I feel like the hero is just not that good. I think a lot of the other heroes deal with her pretty well, too. This is not supposed to be for pro games. They're for pubs, but I also try to keep in mind that, like, not everyone's 10 to 11 KMMR, and if I made the list for 10 to 11 KMMR people, it'd be for, like, the 300 people in the world that have that rank or whatever, or 500, 600, whatever it is now, 1,000. This is for everybody, so I try to, like, separate, like, Immortal from, like, 2 KMMR. Like, that's where I make, like, in high-rank games, some of the heroes will do better. In low-rank games, like, especially Herald, Sniper, Bristle, PL are, like, unbeatable. But, you know, in Immortal games, not so much. That's just the distinction. I'm not trying to distinguish it from pro play. I'm just trying to mention any pro insight I can as well. Like, if I mention, like, Chaos Knight can't win in pro games, but it's unbeatable in pubs, that's why he's an S tier, then that's there. Slark? Honestly, I feel like you pick Slark if you hate your team. Shout out BSJ on that one. I think we're going to put him in Hero Specialist, though. I think you have to be, like, a really good Slark player to win on Slark this patch, but it's not impossible. I definitely think it's much harder to play this hero from behind than any of the other heroes, and it's also much harder. Like, Slark actually suffers a lot. Slark suffers a lot from laning against university heroes because he wants to trade with auto attacks in the early game, and they just kind of do that better than him a lot of the time. Wraith King, okay. Wraith King, I don't know if it's C or D. I feel like he got nerfed so much that I don't even think it's Herald Superstar. I think it's just you pick this hero if you want to play Wraith King. I think he got nerfed too much. I see it's throwing shade on my my Spectre and Deuce. I see there's some shade being thrown in the chat. We're at the Hero Specialist. Not too much to talk about there. I think the hero can work. It's just very weak in the lane a lot of the time. Medusa's really bad right now, I feel like. Pudge carry? Bloodseeker's a pick if you hate your team, for sure. Are there any carries I'm forgetting besides like stuff like Meepo or Lone Druid or stuff we don't really care about that one guy in the comments will care about and will bait him into commenting that he like What? Lone Druid's not on the list? How could you forget about Lone Druids? But we actually just baited him into commenting by not putting it on the list because we're so smart. DK? Oh yeah, DK got picked in the tournaments, huh? I think you picked DK here. Okay. DK is like Sven if Sven sucked. That's my opinion on DK right now. So if you want to pick DK carry, be my guest and lose all your games. Tiny carry dead, yeah, pretty much. We're specifically leaving out stuff like Lycan or Lone Druid or Meepo or any other degenerate heroes that maybe you have fun playing as a carry, like Necro or Abaddon, to bait all those people into commenting that they're not on the list in the YouTube. And I think that's it. I think that's the whole list. This was a really long one, but that's okay. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let my grandma out the cage. Thank you. Bye-bye. When support list, I'll do 4 and 5 next, probably. But that's the whole list. You guys will catch it on the tubes. Sven doesn't push towers early? Fake news. He literally does 200 damage and has a big sword. Fake news. How does Dragon Knight push towers? You're gonna go to everyone goes the red facet as Dragon Knight carry, and that's just shitty Sven. That doesn't hit towers. Sven is S tier according to you. Make your own fucking list, huh? Huh? This is my list. I had to put whatever I want on my list. You have to passive aggressively put ping wards if you want your team to buy them. It's the only way. This goes to say for everyone in the chat. Did I forget Gyro? I thought I put him on the list. Now I gotta look. Well, Donald Trump ulted. He's rank 1 now, unfortunately. He's the new president. We put Gyro in C. Gyro's in there. For those of you in the chat, okay, W's in the shot. My tier list will be different than your tier list, will be different than your mom's tier list, than Yataro's tier list, than Mason's tier list, than Boris's tier list, than anyone's tier list. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses on all heroes or different experiences, because that's what makes life great. If you think Medusa is the best hero in Dota because you win every game on it, you're welcome to that opinion. Maybe you're just really good at Dusa and suck at every other hero, though. Where Marcy? Oh, we could have put... See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not an experienced carry tier lister. We should have had only pick with Io as one of the categories, and we could put Marcy and Gyro there. Yeah, and you pick Anti-Mage, go fuck yourself. Smile. Yeah, no one suggested Marcy, or I remembered to have an Io. Like, don't... Guys, I think Janata said Marcy. No one suggested Marcy, though, so, like, we'll just deal with that next time. The other thing is we needed a category for... fuck, what was it? Category... I forget. There's another category that I wanted to have for carry next time. Maybe it was underrated and underpicked or something? I don't remember. Yeah, we had pick only with Io, but there was like an... Yeah, sleeper OP would have been a good category for carry. Maybe a competitive only tier as well or something. Muerta, yeah, Muerta's also an IO only hero. I've won every game as 4 Muerta where I turn into a carry, but that doesn't really like count. Hipster category. Is Io the boyfriend, the girlfriend, or both? Like, what is Io, actually? Is Io just a state of mind? Whoa. I must have had Boris on my team 5 times or something for these. That don't make no fucking sense. I don't see any genitalia. Unconfirmed. Gyro, you have to pick against Enigma, or maybe like I don't even know if it's good against Beast. There's probably a couple matchups I'm forgetting about. If Boris is still here, he can tell you what matchups you pick it in aside from Enigma. But it's like IO only, or against Enigma, or against like specific matchups. Yeah, I did TA. It was a Gooner hero, uh-huh. Oh, we could have put Underlord. That's in the hipster category. Oh, what can you do? Next time. What can you do, bros? What can you do? This guy owns and he's like 5 years old, right? That's his thing. He is owning right now, currently. This must have been mid the Rubik. Yeah, carry Underlord is the thing. Oh, it's been a thing before, Riyadh. You have like cleaving for free, and you max the aura or something. Get harpoon. Also very powerful later.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's a Glipnir sniper. Was this support?
Shang has fallen to the Radiant.
This is what's fucked up with the world. I can't tell what roles any of the heroes are ever. Like, Rubik was middle, Tiny was support, Sniper was support, Ben the Mancer was offlane or jungling, I don't know. Carry Troll.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, what the fuck, actually? Monkey King was support, I guess? Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ho ho! Haha! Man, this troll fast as hell. This is GPK, right? Playing the Snapfire? Watch GPK.
Don't be afraid to leave your friends to die.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh yeah, I gotta buy
Dire
Age
are
of Mythology Retold today, so I can play the beta. I really did kind of do that, huh? Wonder what the Mantha's for. Just damage? Dispelling random stuff, or what? The Glipnir and Gale?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I keep forgetting to drink water, guys. I just live my life parched half the time, just forgetting to drink water.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
It doesn't help that I just yapped for 40 minutes straight.
Radiant's middle tower is
Literally,
under attack.
the Yapatron got turned on. Now I'm parched.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I wish I could fast forward this game.
Radiant's top
What
tower.
items does everyone have? Yeah. I think I'm gonna watch this and probably end the stream, to be honest. I'm fucking
Radiant's
tired
bottom
today.
tower is under attack.
And I want to play the Age of Mythology thing before it's gone. Oh, he didn't teleport with his shard. You do.
Radiant are scanning.
Is sniper just feeding? What ranks are in this game? 7, 82, 4. Okay. 69. Troll Warlord versus the world. Oh my god. TA is just getting bounced around. This is why Troll is OP and why I had him in S tier, guys. Look at him go.
At least we weren't a bed.
Rubik is fucking owning with Ice Bath. Oh, true. I forgot to take the chat off. I need to make myself smaller too. There we go.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I completely
Dire's
forgot about
turret
that.
has been killed.
Is the troll illusion, like, the troll illusions, do they get fervor? Are they really bad for Darkseer, or are they really good?
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Let's see.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh my god, 3 wards just spawned on that man's ass.
Dire's
Oh,
bottom
these steal
barracks are under
kisses?
attack.
Oh boy. That's not actually doing that much. Oh my lord. What is happening? Rubik's just literally fucking the Grand Magus. Look at him. Holy shit, even melded. Rubik was fucking so hard.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
They need to kill the troll here or they're gonna lose. And troll's already out of there. Double down victim. Amen to that, brother.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Who was offlane? Was it Venomancer or Sniper? Venom was 5, surely. Support Tiny, right? This was offlane Sniper?
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Troll, for some reason, feels like one of the carries that can actually deal damage against auras at some point. Like, maybe not right away. They're really doing this Ags build with no Battle Fury, huh? Interesting. Does it just farm really fast? Like just pressing both of the buttons? Huh. Well, the higher tiered carry on the list beat the lower tiered carry on the list. Guess I'm a genius. Looks like Troll beats TA again. Weird. And there was no Medusa picked in this game. Weird.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Kind of a fucking genius, if you ask me. I'm kind of a fucking genius.
Are you ready to rumble?
Well, Sniper offlane is just like, I invented that, so, to be honest. Like I invented that. Oh, that was a big stun. The first time I saw Sniper was picked by Long Lane Larry in the offlane. It was my first ever experience playing a Sniper in Dota 2. Who did 9/11? The guy driving the plane. That's who did it. Fucking checkmate, lobsters. Yeah, he obviously wasn't piloting it or he wouldn't have crashed into a building or two. He was using a steering wheel for sure. The fucking gas pedal.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Bro is like the orangutan in the fucking golf cart.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
How do you guys feel about Monkey King 4? Yay or nay? Oh my god, Darkseer actually did the all purge lineup. That's why the troll is good against Darkseer. He just like puts all these purgeable things on his teammates. What do you guys think about Monkey King 4? I've also never lost to a 4 Monkey King before. Boris told me that Jin Q just plays Marcy 4 and goes Glipnir every game or something, like Maelstrom first. He's the only one doing it. Yeah, these guys must have seen my tier list right before this game and just picked Troll and TA. That's just what had happened this game, honestly. Alright. That's it for me today. I'm gonna make a snack. Download Age of Mythology Retold or whatever. Play as Arcantos.